Nothing?
Hello and welcome. It's February and I'm Lisa Mitrokhin. I'm here with my lovely assistant, Tech Support.
Hi.
Who is here to be the technology fairy. He's been in charge of all technology today, and we have some really fun things planned for you. Some clips, some special effects. I have lots of fairy art to show you, and we'll get into a lot of really technical stuff in terms of wind color.
What is that?
Where? What? I don't see anything. What is it? Hey, what are you doing?
Nothing. Everything's fine. Hi, everyone. I'm super stoked to be here. I'm super stoked about my fairy wings and my cool fairy antennae.
Do you like his fairy wings?
I think they're wonderful.
Yay! Anyway, let's color?
Yeah, let's color.
Let's color. So, hello again. Like I said, it's February and it's all about fairies. Fairies, fairies, fairies. It already started last night, well, yesterday morning actually, with some streamers doing their colorings of other people's fairy art, and it's already a huge hit. And everyone's watching the streams, everyone's doing fairy coloring. There are amazing sales on Etsy right now. During the show or after the show, if you guys look at the video description, there are links to every single streamer and every single artist. And all the fairy art will be on sale for 3 days. Huge discounts, up to 50%. So make sure to check it out, support the artist, get your pages, and watch all the streams and color along with us. It's going to be complete madness. I am fortunate enough to do my own stream today on Saturday morning. It's very early for some of you guys, so thank you for being here with us anyway. And it's very late for some other of you guys, so thank you for being here as well. And this planet is so round, we can never get everyone in here at the same time.
We think it's round. There are some people who would argue that maybe it's not.
Some people, yeah, you guys know, like, there are people who are like actually convinced that the Earth is flat. They have a club.
Yeah, and there could be some of those people in this stream, so let's respect their opinions.
Well, if you are in the stream, please let us know your theories and why you think the Earth is flat and how you can prove it. We'd love to hear it. Because we think it's round. Because if it was flat, in fact, we would love for it to be flat.
It's not even really round. It's more like a lumpy rock with an atmosphere.
Yeah, it's kind of a lumpy rock.
It's kind of squishy, which is why we have air pressure. But this is not a science channel.
It's not a science channel. It is a magic channel. Today is all about fairies. So let me show you what I have prepared for you today. I have a lot prepared for you today. This is Tech Support's cue to switch me to that.
Oh, is it? Oh, is it? I missed that part.
The technology fairy will now switch me to the screen where I have a lot prepared for you guys.
Hey, look at that. Look how much stuff she has prepared for you.
Ta-da!
On that screen.
We need the magic fairy dust sound. I should have cued that for you. Oh, that's right. You do your own sound. So, where to begin? Where to begin? There's so much. Well, the star of the show is Laura Rafferty. Her art is what I'll be coloring today. So I will explain a little bit about this page and what it's all about and how I made it the size that it is. But first, let me catch you guys up on what I've been doing with my patrons in secret ahead of time. Last weekend, we had a secret patron gathering where we colored this page, which is a free page in my Facebook group. We're running an event with this page now, actually. So if you guys like this fairy and you're not already a member of Tom, come join me in my group. The link to that is also in the video description. And this event just started last week, so there's plenty of time to join. It will run until the end of February. And also, in that last show last week was the first time that I actually colored with something other than Prismacolor. I am a huge Prismacolor fan, and everything that I've been doing up till now has been done with Prismacolor pencils. But one of you sent me a whole bunch of Black Widow pencils, and I had a whole reveal on my first time using them. And this is the first coloring that I've done with Black Widows. And I am completely in love with them. They're not better than Prismacolor, but they're different. And they're different in a way that just has me hooked on them right now. So today we'll be working with Black Widows, and I will actually be opening a brand new set of Black Widows, the skin tones. I have not tried them yet. They're absolutely brand new, not sharpened yet, just exactly the way that they came. So we'll be working with that. Some things that I have planned for today, this coloring that I did in Black Widows is almost complete, but not 100% complete. I want to add a little bit of the wing shimmer to this, and I do that with a white gel pen and Q-tips. So if you guys want to see that effect, I will also do this at the end of the show. We'll add the little shimmer so that they look more like these. It's fine the way it is, but I think with the little glitter on the wings, they will just pop a little bit more, and it's kind of a magical effect. So if you guys want to see that, please remind me at the end of the show that we want glitter on the wings, or like shimmer on the wings. The other thing that I have to show you, so I'll be working with pencils, and we'll be working on the butterfly wings today. So I have my inspiration photos for butterfly wings, and we'll be doing lots of details and designs on the wings. So that will be lots of fun with colored pencils. However, I did start the background with pastels. I have a huge,
oh my gosh,
huge box of pastels that another one of you sent it. So check this out. There's like every single color imaginable in here. They're amazing. This is also my first time using these pastels. These are from Laura.
No, you don't need that many colors.
I do. I need all of them.
No.
I do. They're mine.
You say that you say that it's every color imaginable, but like I can imagine 6 colors. So clearly you're lying.
Okay, it's more colors than you can imagine.
Like,
How's that?
These 2 colors, these 3 colors, they're exactly the same.
They're totally different.
They're exactly the same. They're green.
You're such a man.
It's the color of a neglected swimming pool. That's what we'll call that one. Neglected swimming pool.
No. It's Baby Mermaid.
Oh, adorable.
I know, I kind of surprised myself there. Like, I pictured a Baby Mermaid. You don't really get, like...
You never see baby mermaids.
You never do. I must draw one.
Okay. Creepy. They're gonna be like cherubs.
Or maybe like mermaids of all ages, like the life cycle of a mermaid.
Oh, we need like emo mermaids, or like mermaids who are smoking behind the coral.
Smoking seaweed.
Smoking seaweed.
And like gothic mermaids.
Yeah, totally. And like stoner mermaids. Mermaids
grungy mermaids. Punk mermaids. Punk rock mermaids. All right, so those are the pastels that I used to start this splatter kind of a background. So I intentionally only did the top part of it and left the bottom part blank. So again, if you guys are interested, at the end of the show, I can show you the technique for how I got this effect. And I left the bottom part open so that I don't smudge it during the show. So very, very practical. It's not altogether artistic. Some of it is just straight up practical.
It's like I'll do the top 2 hours making their hair messy.
Yeah, exactly. Or like rip up their jeans and.
Oh yeah, pay $100.
Pay $100 for
yeah,
stuff
dude,
it's just use a razor.
All orchestrated.
Coffee.
Yay!
Yay!
Hey, I have something cool today that we've never done before.
What?
You see how you're in the little bottom left there?
Yeah, I see it.
I can switch it so that we're both
in
the bottom left.
Yay! That is cool because this way they get to see more of me, and today I'm wearing something that the patrons asked me to wear for them. So they get to actually see me. All of me. Most of me. Some of me.
Over there.
Behind the
behind the laptop screen. So I can switch those back and forth if you want to talk to a different camera.
The patrons, I had them vote on what I get to wear today. And they voted on glittery, sparkly purple. So since, I mean, you can't see most of me, but it is glittering and sparkling, I can jump up so you guys can see it.
I'm going to switch that. I can switch to the whole slider if you want.
I think here they can see it.
You can see?
It's pretty glittery, right?
Super glittery.
And sparkly.
It's shiny and sparkly.
And purple.
And purple.
Wonderful.
And freezing.
And freezing, yes. Well, when I started the poll on Patreon, it was still really cold outside. Where am I? I'm here.
You're there.
when I started the poll on Patreon, it was still really hot outside, like every day and every morning.
2 days ago.
But which was 2 days ago, yeah. And by the time the poll ended and they voted on their options, which were all really tiny and slinky, suddenly it's really cold in the morning. Which is why I have my very hot cup of coffee keeping me company.
So the next poll we've decided is going to be about what?
Ugly sweaters.
That's right. Which ugly sweater do you want Lisa to wear? We're going to collect Christmas sweaters for several years, and you can pick one of those.
That's right. All right. Coloring.
Let's get to it.
So let me first introduce you to this amazing art that I'm working on today. This is art by Laura Rafferty. If you guys don't know who she is, I don't know if there's anyone in here who doesn't know who she is. She has an amazing channel. She's an artist and a colorist. And if my moderators could please drop a link to her channel and to her Etsy shop in the chat, that would be cool. All of those links are also in the description below, so you can find Laura's channel and her Etsy shop down there as well. She actually did a show on one of my pages yesterday, and it was absolutely amazing. She started it with watercolors. And also, I wanted to thank Laura for even doing a show at all, because she had a very stressful morning and wasn't even able to start a show for an hour, but she still showed up and she still stuck with it. You know, the show must go on, and she still did the coloring, and I thank her kindly for sticking with it and working through the difficult morning that she was having. It was really awesome of her. So thank you, Laura. And actually, let's show them what Laura did with my coloring.
Is that my cue?
That's your cue.
Is that where I'm supposed to cue up something and play it now?
Yes. I see you like sitting there chatting on your phone or something.
No, Richard's sending me pricing for something, and I'm trying to figure out if I have to pay attention to it or not. I'm going to not pay attention to it. All right, you ready? Here we go.
Okay. Yeah, this is it. So they can still hear me, right?
Yep, totally.
Okay, so this is the page that Laura started working on. This is one of my fairy pages that is a part of the 3 fairy set that is up on Etsy. So that's the link to my shop, and the brightly lit, shimmering neon sign telling you who the artist, the colorist is. And this is just a work in progress. So Laura does really, really detailed work. She will do probably 3 or 4 more shows on this page where she will continue perfecting it and continue adding detail. But I just love seeing this kind of work come to life. And watercolors are very difficult for me. I tend to over-perfect them, overwork them. So for me, this show was extremely interesting to watch, just to get inspired on how to do it more freely, more loosely, just let the water do the work for me instead of trying to get all the details correctly. So we can switch out of this now because it's gonna loop forever. So if you guys are interested in watercolor techniques, definitely check out her channel. It was the show with that page in the thumbnail. So for my pages, I
feel like your drawing should be brighter.
Should it?
I think it should be. Why don't you just get started, and I'll add another light.
Okay.
Or maybe we can.
Okay. So
turn this up.
I'm gonna show them line art next, so the colors won't matter. But that looks nice.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Do you like the color? Can you see everything clearly on the screen? We will eventually get those answers from you. But seriously, if you guys can give us feedback throughout the show, like if the sound is off, if there's a delay, if something's not in focus, or you would like for us to zoom in on something, please just let us know in the comments. And do you want them to use all caps for that?
Yeah, I already said in the comments, but for those of you who joined afterwards, because I help Lisa with the comments in the chat, and because the chat is a big thing, if you have a question for her, put her name in all caps so that I see it. And if I miss it, just ask the question again, please.
Or just write tech support in all caps. That's what I do. Tech support! All right, so for my contribution to February, I have a set of 3 fairy pages that are all done in this Art Deco, Art Nouveau kind of style. And they are on sale all this weekend. So do check them out and get your copies. This is the Lily Fae, the Crow Fae, that seems to be everyone's favorite so far. A lot of people are already coloring her, and there's some really cool versions. Someone just did one with like really dark blue wings, and everything else in like this perfect Art Deco style. It's really cool. And this is the Butterfly Fae. This is the one that Laura is working on. So these are part of the set that's on sale. It is free for my patrons for Cathedral Cats and up. So if you're a patron, don't go crazy buying stuff. Just check out Patreon. All of this is waiting for you as free gifts. Another special gift that I have for my patrons of all tiers is the Cherry Fae. Every month I have a free gift page for all of my patrons, and for the month of February it's Cherry Fae. She was a special request from one of the Featherwolf patrons, and here she is. So if you want to get this page, she's only available on Patreon. And if someone could drop a link to my Patreon account, that would be cool as well. Mel, Cindy, if you could please in the chat. Let's see, what else I have for you? I have lots of things for you. This page is also a freebie on, not on Patreon, in my group, in my Facebook group. So all you have to do is join the group, and this page is an album called YouTube Pages. Another very fun page, also was a commission from one of my colorists. So that's available. Another thing that I have to show you is something that I didn't plan on, but is creeping up on me very, very quickly. A while ago, I said that when I reach 1,000 subscribers, I will do a giveaway. And in the last 24 hours, I had a boost in subscribers. So all of a sudden, I'm like, what, 20 subscribers or 21 subscribers away?
21 as of before the stream.
Yeah, so I only need 21 more people to hit 1,000, and it may actually happen today. It may not happen today. It may happen like at the end of the day today or tomorrow, in which case we'll have to wait until the next stream to do the giveaway. But if you guys can help me out, if you have a coloring group that you belong to, post the link to the show like everywhere. Let's get me 21 more subscribers, and then we can do a giveaway today.
Oh, wait, but don't show them that.
No? Don't show them what we're giving away?
What about the other giveaway that we were going to do?
What other giveaway?
If we get 1,000 subscribers...
Oh, yeah!
So I was joking that if we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll shave my head, but that's funny because I normally just shave my head anyway.
Yes, and
so it's not much of a giveaway.
And he was supposed to do it this morning, and he forgot.
So we have a better giveaway for you.
So should I show them?
Now you can show them.
Okay, so aside from tech support shaving his head, we will be giving away this, which it does every week. We'll be giving away this original art of mine. This is my cover art on my channel and in my Patreon and in my Facebook group. So you guys are all familiar with this page. This is the actual original. I will sign it to the winner. And it's also the page that I did in my most popular video, that this is coloring dark skin tones. So tell everyone right now, literally go to your groups, post a link to the show. Let's get it done today. Or not, otherwise we'll have to wait till the next live stream. And now back to Laura's art. The thing that you may have noticed about this is that it's a lot bigger than a standard coloring page. You can probably see in relation to my hand. The original page is actually this size. So if you get this page on Etsy, this is the size that you're going to get. This is a little bit lighter than what you will get. There are two versions, I believe, that Laura is selling. The line work, and also she has a grayscale version of this, which I believe is zoomed in like just on their faces and their shoulders, so that you get lots of detail to play with there. But when she sent me this line art, it just, looking at it and being able to expand it on my computer screen, it seemed to me that when she drew the original lines, that she probably drew it on a larger scale, just like judging by the, I know that she does them by hand with a pencil. So just like judging by the thickness of the lines and all the details that went into the faces and the hair, it seemed to me that the original was actually closer to this scale, which I later found out was actually true. She does her drawings on the larger scale so that we get a lot of detail that she then shrinks down to printable size. However, this page is so special that I immediately had this vision that it needs to be large for us to really have a proper playground to play with all the colors and the wings and really honor the characters, because clearly so much love and care went into this page. She spent hours and days working on this, and I believe that I think she told me that this page is based on her and her boyfriend. So it's it shows, you know, sometimes you see art and it just, the care and the emotion that went into it just shines through the lines. This is one of those pages. You can clearly see that she put her whole heart and soul into this, which is why I wanted to honor it with this large scale print, except it's not a print. I don't have a printer that's capable of printing anything bigger than, you know, A4 paper. So how did I do it? I spoke to Laura a little bit about how she would suggest that I go about it, and she suggested that I actually trace it, that I print it and stitch it together and trace the drawing. So since she gave me permission to trace it, this is how I did it, and that's so cute. So there you have it. Fun, right? So basically I printed it out on my regular size papers and literally glued them together in this really ugly mess of papers and glue. And then I put this nice sketch paper over it where I could see, and I printed it intentionally darker. So I changed my printer setting.
Laura's here.
Laura's here.
Laura's here.
Laura, hello. Thank you for coming. I'm presenting your amazing, beautiful art. And then, as you saw in the video, I traced it with a pencil very lightly, and I had to be very careful and keep referencing the original drawing so that I honor the lines as close to the original as possible. It's very easy, especially for when two artists are working on the same page. Like, we each have our own style, and my style will always come through in my drawing lines. So it was very important for me to trace this in a way where I'm not imposing my own drawing style onto the coloring page. So I hope I did it justice and did it correctly. And then after I had the pencil lines, I went ahead and traced everything again with a ballpoint pen. And the reason I did that is so that the lines are darker so that you guys can see it on the screen very well. And also so that they don't smudge. Now it's the same quality as if it were printed. And also I'm really comfortable with a ballpoint pen. For me, it's one of my favorite drawing tools. So that was also a deciding factor. So there you have it. This is now pretty large, and I think, can you guys see clearly? Do you want this zoomed in a little bit? We'll be working on the butterfly wings today. So I'll wait for you in the comments. If you want it zoomed in, we'll zoom it in. If not, I'll just get started. So I want to do this in mostly sepia tones. Not 100% sepia. I'll introduce some other colors there, but I want to keep it on the warm side of the spectrum, and definitely in like soft pastel colors. This is a very romantic picture, and I want it to be all pink and orangey, kind of really, really delicate and romantic. So for that, I'm going with, for the first time ever, with my skin tone set Black Widows. So never used these pencils before. And I have these inspiration photos of butterflies that I like on the side. I won't copy either of these exactly, but they're here to inspire me. So we'll get right to it. So what's happening in the chat?
So much is happening in the chat.
Oh my God, I'm totally missing out.
I will scroll back now that you're into the coloring. I told them a minute ago that as soon as you get into the actual coloring, I'll go back through the chat and start forwarding questions.
Okay, I am starting with this color called Eggshell. Now that I know what to expect from Black Widows. I'm not really experimenting with how it will feel on paper, but the colors are all new to me. The skin tone set is brand new to me. So I will just start by lightly shading. I think I'm gonna go more for this style wing with a little bit of designs with orange and black, but the wing itself, I want it to be like powdery white and cream.
We're gonna zoom.
Okay.
So what would you like in the frame for the zoom?
Like that.
That? Okay, let's just see.
More or less. That. I think that's good. Yeah, there.
There?
There.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're blocking it, so let me move you to the...
Am I blocking it?
Well, you're blocking the corner.
Oh,
Not you,
my
but
screen is
your
blocking.
screen, yeah, so let me switch that.
Okay. So remember, tech support is the technology fairy today.
I'm the technology fairy every day.
That's true. He is a
Every
technology
day.
fairy every day. Oh, by the way, another thing that I wanted to tell you guys about, speaking of fairy coloring and coloring groups and events that are happening this weekend and all through the month of February, a really cool group that you guys should check out if you're not already a member is the Coloring Carnival group. Mel, Cindy, if you guys can put a link to the Coloring Carnival in the chat, that would be cool. It is an awesome group. It's always an awesome group, but this month they're actually hosting the Faebruary event. So there's lots of like everything, all the updates and news that are happening for the month of February will be in that group. So it's a good way to stay in touch, to stay on schedule. A lot of people are asking, I see in the comments, a lot of people are asking, like, who's streaming, whose art, and when are things happening? And it's so much is happening that it's easy to miss shows. It's easy to not know where to get art or whatever. So if you want to stay updated, like, it's basically the February 2020 news channel, Coloring Carnival. And also there's a really cool event happening there. I'm participating in it. I think it's called the Fairy Journal event, and everyone who's a member gets their own personal journal made, and you put all of your fairy colorings in it. It's really cool. So it's a great way to display everyone's art. It's a great way to see who's working on what, and all the different ways to color the same page by the same artist. So Coloring Carnival, check it out. So chat. Keep me updated.
People are in love with everything that you've shown them on the screen so far.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you.
Mel posted a link to your Patreon.
Thank you, Mel.
So people can find that. And I'm scrolling back through the chat to see if there are... Somebody called my name out, so now I'm trying to figure out what I missed, which I think was just zooming.
So there are a few lines here that came with the original drawing that I'm going to outline a little bit stronger with my eggshell pencil. These are butterfly style wings, so they won't be transparent, but I want them to be very soft and kind of powdery. So I won't be doing any of my glitter and shimmer kind of effects on these. But again, if you want to see that, we'll do it on this fairy right here later on in the show. So just lightly applying my color. Oh, you guys probably noticed that I'm actually not working on tan-toned paper, which is very unusual for me. I'm working on white, not really completely white, but like a slightly off-white color, because I want this to be very delicate, very kind of airy, and I want to be able to control the levels of dark and light here. And also, like, everyone's doing white charcoal on tan paper now, so you guys have already seen so much of it out there. You've certainly seen me do it a million times. So I wanted to show you something new. Keep you guys on your toes, keep you guys interested, keep you guys learning. So I came up with this pastel background instead, which is technically, like, if I was working on tan paper, this pastel background would be the tan paper, and then I would add the white with my white charcoal. Here, it's working backwards. I have a white paper and I'm adding dark to the background. So you can achieve the same effects working on any kind of paper with any kind of tools. It's just a matter of what order you do things in. Like, are you building up your dark areas or are you building up your light areas? Here I'm building up the dark areas and I have to remember to keep the light parts lighter. So you have to switch the way that you think about the page a little bit. So that's the difference. I like working on both. I'm very hooked on tan paper and white charcoal lately, but I also, as you can see, work in the other direction as well. Okay, so this eggshell is working out nicely. I like it a lot, but I would like to have more lines on the wings, like on these butterflies here. On these butterflies here, you can see that they have a lot of kind of wrinkles on the wings. So I'm going to start suggesting those with my eggshell color. And if you guys have any questions about anything at all, like the tools that I'm using, anything, just please ask in the chat. And actually, everything that I'm using for this stream in terms of materials is also in the video description.
Isolina just became a new patron.
Thank you. Yay! So we have 20. Oh, patron, not subscriber. Patron. Thank you kindly. Welcome. I will send you your thank you monkey after the show. They don't get sent automatically. I actually personally change the name on them and then I send them out to the patrons. What else is happening in the chat?
Chat.
Chat.
People are chatting. People are talking about coloring, printers, ink problems. Hewlett Packard is a evil corporate monster.
Oh my god, is it?
Yeah, Isolina didn't get her ink, so she can't print to color.
Oh no.
So she's sad.
Oh, well, don't be sad. There's plenty of time to catch up. And certainly, like, all these live streams that will be happening this weekend and are happening this weekend, they will remain. They're all recorded, and after the show, you can watch the rerun. Like, you can't participate in the chat anymore, but you can always add things to the comments.
Do you want me to just randomly switch to the slider camera?
Sure. Yeah, that will be fun.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'm adding my little lines and wrinkles here to the butterfly wings. So I'm going to try to work systematically here and actually do what... You're doing it again, aren't you?
I have a sign here that says, I love my wings. And I feel it's important that people know that.
Yeah.
I do actually love my wings. Lisa spent a lot of time putting these together specifically for this series of live streams.
Yes, that's right. We don't actually usually wear like wings around the house.
I don't normally dress like this. Not even around the house.
Wait, do you have your antenna?
I have my antenna on. Yeah, there they are. They're a little out of frame, but yeah.
Okay.
That was actually my idea. I figured fairies don't really have antennae, but then I can at least pretend I'm a butterfly.
I think some fairies have antenna.
It's my butterfly
impression.
Thank you. I was gonna say simulation, but that wasn't very good. People, poor tech fairy. Oh,
tech fairy, I love it.
People love the wings.
Wonderful. Thank you guys. Now, we're coming up with so many props and costumes. We actually need more space to store all this stuff. I want to be able to... we are doing an expansion to the house. We are actually building a new film studio right now as we speak. But what I want for the new space is to have like a wall that's dedicated to our costumes and props where I can hang things on the wall, like my wigs, my headdresses, the wings, whatever, like all these things, just masks to be up on the wall. And it's going to be like a museum or a theater. Okay.
I'm looking forward to that studio being done.
Me too.
You guys can't really see just how crowded our existing studio is right now.
They can kind of see, but
it's crowded.
But it doesn't. I think the picture doesn't do it justice. It's really crowded, and most of the stuff is like there behind the camera.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of crazy. I'm also looking forward to it being done because for the last 2.5 months we've had a team of workers on site every day, and we're just not used to having people.
We're very private and very quiet. Like, we live in an area where we don't see our neighbors for months at a time, and it's just the two of us in this house, dressed in fairy wings.
Yeah, the workers don't understand ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, sometimes we surprise them. Like, we have our regular outfits during the day, like the stuff that we just wear around the house, which is usually like cargo pants and a t-shirt. And they're used to seeing tech support like that. And one day he just walked out in a suit and a tie. And they gave them instructions on what to do and went back in. And the next time they saw him, he was dressed in his casual clothes again. And they were totally freaked out. And of course, the suit and the tie was for a video. But they don't understand. And when we tell them that it's for a film studio, they also don't understand. Because no one here does things like this. Like, a YouTuber is not something that...
Right, they have no idea what that means.
That like locals in our area understand.
Yeah, if like farmer, they get
right.
Person who doesn't work, they get
right.
Yeah. But
it's like a film studio. Do you work for a film studio? It's like, no, we don't work for them. We are the film studio. It's like they don't know. They just don't know.
Wizards.
We're wizards. Okay, so with butterfly wings, when you give them texture and you give them design, it's important to go in the direction of the wing. The artist here gave us enough lines to work with. What's happening? What's happening? Oh my god! Oh my god! Tech support's having a fit. What?
Tom, my colleague from Rancher, is here.
Oh, Tom! Tom, hello! Hi, thank you for coming.
Hi, Tom. I imagine that there will soon be other people from Rancher joining, wondering. I thought about wearing a Rancher shirt, to actually like represent. But,
Rancher Fairy. Oh. Rancher is the name of the company that tech support actually works for. This isn't his full-time job.
We're over here now.
Oh, we're over here.
We're over here.
This isn't his full-time job. This is his part-time job.
Let it never be said that I will not do anything my wife needs.
That's right.
Online.
Online.
You should scroll back to the beginning and you'll see the actual wing fitting video. It's pretty hysterical.
That's so great. I'm so happy you're here.
All right, get back over there.
Okay. Oh my god. I totally forgot what I was talking about. This was awesome.
All right, so...
oh, right. We were doing the chat.
Yeah, so there's the chat. So actually, a lot of people have been talking about if there's anything special that needs to be done to print stuff with a laser printer. There's conversation about how inkjet can smear, which I agree with, but do you do anything when you print stuff on our laser printer?
I don't do anything, but I have the printer set to a pretty... What I prefer is to set the printer to a lighter setting than standard, just a little bit lighter, but then make my file a little bit darker. That balance somehow works for me on my printer. Because a lot of times you may have a lightly drawn page, that the actual PDF or JPEG is very light, but then you print it and you want it to come out darker, so you'll change your printer settings to be darker, and I feel like that ends up in smudging. But if the printer setting is low, but the file itself is dark, for me, like, that's the sweet spot. But again, it depends on your printer.
Right, yeah, they'll all be different.
They're very, very specific. And some of you I know have like a favorite print shop that you go to, and you're already known there, like Lori, all of your printers know you. I'm sure that they have, I think they actually have like the Lori setting on their printer. So that's also something that you can do if you have a place where you go, like figure out what works and like write it on a piece of paper so that if there are new people there next time you come over to print, you can just like, give them the paper and be like, print like that.
That's a really good idea. If you find something that works, I just kicked my microphone, sorry about that. If you find something that works, write it down so that you don't have to figure it out again later. Whether that's your own printer or at a print shop.
Yeah. But on your own printer, certainly you can play around with different test prints. I don't know if at a print shop they allow you to do test prints or if they charge you for every print. I think they should do test prints until they get a print correctly.
Yeah, if they print something and it's not right, they don't make you pay for it.
Ah, okay.
So you can just consider that a test print.
Okay, you have to read this color for me. This is for you.
Aww. This color is the skin tone called rust. Lisa was showing me these. I'm going to switch to the other camera. Lisa was showing me these today. Because, so again, a lot of you are in this that have never joined before, and I'm quite a fan of making things as simple as possible, and, frequently as as colors go, simple can also, well, whatever. So I think that you basically need colors that you can identify clearly, like mud and sky
Rust.
and blood.
Metal.
Metal can be different, but
Oh, okay.
gold certainly. So these are skin tone colors, and I think somebody took my idea and just went off the rails with it, because we have brown fog. Brown fog. It's
Brown
a skin
fog.
tone. Have you ever met anybody where you'd be like, yo, brother, your skin is brown fog? No. Have you ever met anybody and said, sweetie, your skin's very carrot today? Or murk. Murk is a skin tone color.
Murk. Okay.
If you meet somebody with murky skin tone, run.
For mermaids,
Run away,
though.
because
Skin
they're
to-
going to eat your brains.
Skin tones for mer people. Come on.
Skin tones for mer people? Wouldn't that be a scale tone?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, blush is good, snow is good, although, one might argue that that's a little racist. Fairy floss.
Fairy floss.
Are we going to use that today?
Yeah, we must. What does it look like? Is it?
It's pink.
It's pink? Yes,
Yeah.
we'll use it.
It's pink. Why couldn't they just say pink? Huh? I mean, come
Fairy
on.
floss. Do you think fairies floss?
The fairies that are... So there's various types of fairies. Everybody thinks of fairies as being like, la la la, happy, sweet. But there are, brownies? Brownies technically are part of the fairy genre. Brownies are evil.
They're properly
They don't
evil.
have wings, they're mischievous, and they've got these teeth.
They're really scary.
They're really scary. So definitely brownies floss because they've eaten your cat.
For sure. Oh, we have to tell them the fairy story.
Oh, okay. all
We
right.
actually... Where am I?
You're over here. We're still over here.
We actually saw a real fairy one day, last year.
It was more than last year.
It might have been 2
It
years
was a couple years ago. We've lived on this property for almost 4 years now, and the aviary was built, so it was probably in the second year that we were here. As the sun begins to set and, whatever, that murky, dusky thing happens.
Murky.
We have a local bat who comes out and flies around.
Benny,
His name
Benny
is,
the
his
bat.
name is Benny. So we were out one night as the sun was setting and we were looking for Benny, and Lisa pointed towards the aviary, and clear as day, we saw this thing fly by that was about this big and
vertical.
And it looked like if you took a little human and put wings on it, and it was like flying by
We both
with
saw
wings. And it flew towards the aviary. It was the wall was there.
The wall was there.
Okay, so it might have been in the third year.
Yeah.
It flew behind the wall. We ran after it, and it flew towards the aviary chicken coop area and disappeared. So we're hoping that the chickens didn't eat it.
Because it was the last fairy on Earth.
Hands down, it wasn't like a giant moth. It was huge, 7-8 inches, and clearly shaped like a person.
We were just in awe. We kept staring at it and staring at the place where it went. It was just like...
It was a fairy.
It was a fairy.
It was a fairy.
So fairies are real.
Well, at least they were.
They were until our chicken ate the last
chicken
one.
ate it. Yeah, we were making jokes about what other things, like, you know that people can't actually see unicorns unless you're pure of heart, which means basically nobody on the planet would be able to see a unicorn. So how do we know that, somebody didn't round up the last unicorn and kill it?
Yeah, we don't know.
Unfortunately. So fairies were real.
The fairies were real at some point. Okay, so what I did here is I actually introduced my own little design element to the tip of the wing. And I'm working with this rust color, so I drew this outline that's kind of reminiscent of my splatter in the background here. So this will be a reoccurring theme in this coloring, drawing, painting thing. So there's just so much space on the wings to play with that I will be introducing a lot of my own elements and dots. I like dots. I think these wings are my biggest inspiration here, but with slightly different colors. So that's working out great.
What did you use for the background? Somebody missed the beginning of the stream.
For the background, I used soft pastels, and actually at the end of the show, I will show you exactly how I did this background on this area down here. So stick around for that.
That's a trick, isn't it?
That's a trick. That's right. But it's true. I will actually do it.
Didi would like to know, where do we live?
We live in Chile. That's in South America, which is like America, but south.
It's funny, in the United States, people say that people are like, where are you from? We're like, oh, I'm from America. But if you're in Chile or Brazil or Argentina, they also say that they're from America.
That's
so
right.
Down here, we're from North America.
Correct. It's very strange. Like the whole term America is suddenly very different for us.
And they don't differentiate between United States and Canada.
That's right.
You're
It's
you're
just
from
North America, or
yeah. Yeah, right.
which means like over there.
North of Mexico.
Yeah. Exactly. Do they even consider Mexico at all? I think it's like South America and North America. No, for them it's America and North America.
It's America and North America, yeah. And I think if they need to refer to Mexico, then it's... I don't know.
I don't know.
They never... It's not Latin America, it's not Central America.
They may not know that it exists.
Oh, they know Mexico exists. Mexico's big.
Mexico's big. No. So yes, we live in Chile, and Chile is a very interesting country and very beautiful. If you see, you can go to Google Maps and see where Chile is in South America. It's on the coast, and it's very skinny. It's sandwiched between the ocean and the Andes Mountains, and it's very long and skinny. And if you go from the top of Chile to the very bottom of Chile, you hit every single climate that exists on this planet, which is incredible.
Yeah, it spans 37 degrees of latitude.
Correct. And we live smack in the center of it. So...
Yeah, if you're familiar,
literally on the center.
We're 35 degrees south latitude, so that puts us in climate something Mediterranean-esque, or like somewhere between LA and San Francisco. If you're familiar with the climate of the United States, so we get hot, dry summers and cool, wet winters. But where we are, it doesn't snow. But from our window, we can see a volcano and like part of the Andes mountain range, and that gets snow. Yes,
every time it rains, the mountains become all snowy. It's beautiful. Now that we actually have professional camera equipment, maybe we can get them some video photos of the mountains.
Yeah.
Because it's really tricky. Like, you see the mountain range in the distance, and it looks incredible, and it's so picturesque, and all the colors and everything. And then you take a picture, and it's just your field with like a horizon. You can't
in the distance, a little white speck.
It's like, how did that happen? I see magnificent mountains. Where did they go?
Yeah.
So it's very tricky taking photos of mountains.
Oh, Dee Dee says technically Mexico is part of North America.
Oh, so
that's like when you try and tell me that
why
where
they don't...
you are in Russia is part of
Europe.
Yeah.
Correct. So I'm actually ethnically Russian. I was born in Moscow. And then I spent some time in Switzerland, and then I moved to New York City when I was a teenager with my parents. And then the rest of my life was all New York City. And then Texport and I went to live in Europe for a bit.
She met this boy on a train who stole her.
I met this boy on the train. And we ran off into the sunset together. And now we live in South America.
So 2 questions about that. 1, have you been to Santiago? And 2, why Chile?
Oh, okay. I'll do the Santiago part. You can do the white Chile part. We actually lived in Santiago for a year and a half.
Year and a half, almost, yeah.
Yeah. When we moved here from New York City. So the closest thing to our natural habitat was Santiago, which is the biggest city in Chile. And Santiago is cool. Santiago is very cool. But we kind of outgrew it. We like nature, we love nature, and we like our privacy, so we very rapidly started moving away from cities. And the first year after Santiago, we lived in like a coastal beach town.
Wait, can I tell them how we decided to move?
Yes, that's why Chile.
No, not why Chile. Why we decided to move from Santiago to Colón.
Yeah, tell them.
So I've switched cameras now. Lisa started interacting. Was it tattoo clients?
Tattoo clients, correct.
So Lisa used to do tattoos. She was a tattoo artist, and she had clients in Santiago, and she had clients outside of Santiago who were more towards the coast in Viña del Mar and Valparaiso.
That's right.
And
I know this story.
And we discovered through interacting that the people who were not living in Santiago were nicer.
I know. Yeah, we were having coffee. I'm like, you know what? All my tattoo clients who are from Valparaiso are so much nicer than my Santiago client.
I mean, if you're one of the Santiago tattoo clients, that doesn't necessarily mean you're not nice.
Then you know exactly what you are. That's for you, Daniel.
So we're like, yeah, because Santiago is a capital city, so it's like living in New York, or it's like living in Warsaw or Berlin. Like, people just get wrapped up in the living in the city part of things, and they forget to be nice to other people beyond a certain point. Like, people individually are nice, but when it's like in Men in Black, like a person can be reasonable, but people as a whole, not so much. So once we discovered that it was just more pleasant to interact with them, I looked at the price to rent property and discovered that we could get a house much larger than what we were in on a much larger piece of property for significantly less than what we were paying in Santiago. So I was like, oh, heck, let's move. And so we did.
But what did you tell me?
What did I tell you?
Yeah, what did you tell me about? Oh, that was for the next one.
For here.
That was for here. Tell them that one.
Okay, so we moved out to a place called Concon, which is north of Viña del Mar, right on the coast. Literally from our house, it was at the top of the hill. You could see the whole ocean. It was nice. But our landlords weren't
nice people.
They weren't pleasant to deal with. So after a year of living there, we were considering moving, and I just walked out into the kitchen one day, and I said, I think we should do something grown up. And what did you think I was going to say?
And I was thinking start working out in the morning or
eat more healthy.
Eat more healthy, yeah.
And my idea was, let's figure out how to stop renting.
Yeah.
So I expanded the search, and this will get into the why Chile part.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that is great about Chile is land is not expensive, and labor costs are relatively low for the type of labor for house construction and things like that. So we discovered that if we left the populated areas, Santiago, Viña del Mar, Valparaiso, all of that whole middle region, or anything around a large city, we could get a fairly decent sized piece of land and build a house on it for not that much money. I mean, comparatively, it cost money, but a lot less than what it would cost to buy a house anywhere. And we're used to the housing prices in New York and Warsaw and Krakow and places where it's just unbelievable. So that's what we did. So we decided that it was worth it to live, 45 minutes away from a semi-major town, and we built a house on a piece of property, and then we've just been kind of expanding on that for the last several years. So we have a house, we have a garden, we have an aviary with a peacock, for those of you who aren't familiar with the channel. And now we're expanding the house with a deck and a new area for YouTube studio and things like that.
Yep, that's us.
But actually, that doesn't answer the why Chile part.
It doesn't. But read me this pencil, please. This is a dark
another skin tone?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
What is it?
Washed purple. Not just purple. Not the color of a bruise. But like if you have a zombie that was hit by a car and then didn't get much sun for a year, that's the skin tone that we're about to use. Washed purple.
I imagine the zombie rolling around in a washing machine. He'd be so confused. But I don't think he would mind terribly for some reason. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, our wings are fighting.
Okay.
So why Chile? In a previous life, I owned a managed services provider, which is an outsourcing technology company. So we built and managed data centers for U.S. media companies like properties of MTV Viacom, Scholastic, Sesame Street, Black Entertainment Television, and a bunch of other companies over the course of the 14 years that I had the company. That's what took us to Europe. I opened an office in Europe in 2007, and then in 2008, this girl that I was dating, who said that she would never leave the Bronx.
Never.
I'll never leave the Bronx.
Well, I said New York, not necessarily the Bronx.
Okay, well, she was willing to come to Brooklyn to see this boy.
That's right, for 2 hours each time.
Yep, on Saturdays. It was very sweet. So she said she would never leave New York, and I was going back and forth from New York to Krakow.
Like every 2 weeks?
Well, I would go over for 3 weeks, and I would come back for 3 weeks, and I would go over for 3 weeks. And I did that for a few months, and I was going crazy. Because it takes about 3 weeks for your body to acclimate to a new time zone, to recover from jet lag, and then I'd flip it again. So I tricked her into visiting Krakow with me one time, and she had a really nice time. And so just on the way back, I was like, would you ever consider living here?
And then...
And she said,
we're in Krakow.
Yeah, I might consider living there. And snatch, poof, gone. We moved to Krakow. And then we stayed there for 3 years, and then we moved back to New York. We were in New York for 2 years, and we decided that we wanted to go live somewhere else, but we didn't want to go back to Europe. We didn't want to go live in Asia or Australia, or nothing against Australia, but just...
We did consider Australia, actually.
In the list of countries, we had a list of criteria that we wanted in a place and a list of countries that we were interested in living. And we literally drew lines between all of the things, and Chile had the most lines going to it, which are things like general aviation program and relatively low cost of living, which we actually found out was a lie.
In Santiago, total lie. Yeah, Santiago is just as expensive as New York. Not quite, but just...
Yeah, unreasonably so.
Very, very close to being.
So we came to Chile, checked it out, and we knew some people down here, and it seemed like a great place. It's a stable economy. It's one of the more developed countries in Latin America, and so we were like, yeah, okay, cool.
Yep. So here we are.
Greta is a born and bred New Yorker living in Brooklyn.
We lived in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Where in Brooklyn?
Where in Brooklyn, Greta?
We'll wait for that to come through. There's a bit of a delay between what we say, and then of course you have to actually type the response, and then we have to actually see it.
Well, it's not so bad. Okay, you're back over there if you want to talk about anything else that you got going on.
Okay, cool. So I'm working with this purple color, the washed purple, and I'm making the back wing a little bit darker than the front wing, because we have two sets of wings, each with the top and the bottom, and we can see that this line is the indication between where we have the other set of wings and the wings that are in the foreground. So the wings that are in the background, I'm making them a little bit darker. And this muted kind of a purple color over my orangey color makes a perfect illusion of that wing being a little bit further back. Those of you who know me know that I love the combination of purple and orange. They are almost complementary colors. Technically it's purple and yellow, but for me, I like that slight shift of like off the perfect opposites on the color wheel. And purple and orange just work so beautifully together. They complement each other in a very natural way, I feel. So I often use that trick to make certain colors stand out. And here I'm not going for high saturation, like I'm not doing very bright colors. In fact, I want this whole thing to be very muted, but I still have to work with contrast, and I still want everything to look three-dimensional. So I'm working with this lovely purple over my orangey tones to make sure that this wing looks like it's a little bit further away, and everything's gonna be kind of powdery and blurry, like it's like you're seeing it at dusk or dawn. So that's the effect that I'm going for. And I think the pastels really help with that, because they're naturally very powdery, and they, no matter what you paint with pastels, like unless you use really vibrant colors and like really opposite colors, like if you're using pastel colors in pastels, everything is very soft and powdery. So what else is happening? What else is happening in the chat? By the way, if you guys are new to this channel, click that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and if we get it, we're doing a giveaway. So
let me see where we're at right now. That requires a refresh over to the screen.
Don't forget, subscribe, tell your friends. We may actually hit 1,000 on this stream today, right now, in which case we'll actually do the giveaway today. But most likely it will happen in our next stream, which will be in March. So even if we hit 1,000 subscribers later today, we'll have to wait until March to do the giveaway.
Selena said that my mic was a little bit low, so everybody, I've turned my mic up. Please let me know if I am suddenly way too loud. But not that. I leaned up to the mic. Greta's from Eastern Parkway, Ocean Hill.
Ah, okay, cool. Very cool.
And we got some people from Arizona here, so now we're nerding out about Phoenix.
You know a little bit about Arizona, don't you?
I know a little bit about Arizona.
You lived in Arizona.
Sheriff Joe Arpaio.
And I completely lose track of time during these things, so how long have we been streaming?
Basically an hour.
Basically an hour. Okay, so we'll do another half an hour on the wings with pencils, and then I will show you guys how to do this background with pastels, and then we'll do some magic on the shimmer on my own fairy. So again, don't forget to check out the video description if you're just tuning in, or if you're new to my channel. This is a Faebruary stream, and we are raising awareness about fairies and their rights in society.
Fairies have souls.
Fairies have souls, and fairies have rights. A lot of artists have made fairy art specifically for this weekend, you guys. So wait.
Look.
Wait. 992. We need 8 more subscribers, you guys. Tell everyone in every coloring group imaginable.
Or at least tell 8 people.
Tell 8 people to subscribe, and we'll do a giveaway. Yeah. It'll be funny if we'll end this stream at 999.
We're going to keep the stream. If we get to 999, we're just going to stay on the stream
until
like, get
your mom to subscribe.
That's right. Make another YouTube account and subscribe. We're not going to... No. It's
going to be... Yeah, it's going to be pretty heartbreaking if it's like 999. I'm like, all right, everyone, we'll have to wait a whole month.
Tech support's second job is to make sure that Lisa never experiences heartbreak.
Oh, it is. It's true. It's seldom about Chihiro.
Chihiro?
Chihiro. Oh. He made my wife cry.
And the vet?
Yeah.
Oh man, okay, I gotta switch the camera again. Okay, so you may not be able to tell with the wings because they make my shoulders look big, but make my shoulders look small. I mean, I'm not small. So when we lived in Santiago, we lived at the end of a dead end street, and people would. We're not going to get into the state of how people in Santiago treat their animals, or how people in Chile treat their animals in general.
Or how they treat dogs.
Let's just say that it's not stellar. So one of our dogs was actually abandoned at the end of our street, almost dead, and we.
Shell shock.
Yeah, we brought her back from the edge and stuff. But we've had other dogs that ended up down at our street.
But not every dog that we rescue is our dog.
Correct.
It's just like people. Some people you meet and they're nice and friendly, but they're not
your people.
They're not the people you're gonna marry.
Yeah.
You know? Not every boy that you meet on the subway is your boy.
So one night there's this dog alarm. Our neighbor across the street had like 85 dogs in her place, so they would freak out when the feral dog pack would be in the street, and I would frequently go out and like run them all off so I could go back to bed. And I go out there one night. Oh, my trapped on your wings.
It's okay.
I go out there one night and there's a dog who's injured, and she came up and she made the universal dog sign for help, which is she put 2 paws on my leg. and I'm like, okay, her tail was messed up, and I don't know if she'd been hit by a car, but something had happened to her.
Yeah, it was all bloody.
So I called Lisa out, because Lisa's the dog whisperer. I'm like, Lisa, there's a dog out here that needs your help. So Lisa came out.
Yeah, you didn't even say that. You were just like, there's a dog out here. and it said it all. I'm like, I'm coming. I was in my pajamas.
Like 3 a.m. So she's injured. The next day we take her to the vet, and they decided they're going to amputate her tail. So we're like, okay, we paid for that. And they did a really bad job of it. They didn't leave enough skin to close over the remaining piece of the tail. So it was open, and there was no way it was going to heal. And
they just chopped it off.
They just basically chopped it off.
And they charged us $300
Yeah,
Lucas
they charged
for
us
it.
like $500 for it. So Lisa's really upset, and she's crying. And so I walked down to the vet.
Well, no, because it opened up. I took care of the dog.
Oh, it actually opened.
Yeah, I took care of her for 2.5 weeks. And it opened up on its own. She was wearing her cone the whole time. And it was difficult to take care of her because she was also in heat.
Oh, that's right.
So
that was really annoying.
She went in heat, and of course...
We have a male dog outside,
male
so we have to
dog
keep her in the
outside.
bathroom, in the house.
All the male dogs from all over the place came over, and we're all parked outside of our house howling. So it was a nightmare to take care of this dog, but we took care of her. But then when the tail opened up, I took her back to the vet, and I said, look, it opened up, please fix it again. But I took her without the cone because I just carried her in my arms, so I took the cone off. And when I brought her, they're like, oh, her tail opened up because you took the cone off. You didn't take good care of this dog. And as soon as they said you didn't take good care of this dog, I just burst into tears.
Okay. So I had blocked that part from my mind. So I go back to the vet, and I don't speak very much Spanish. So it's difficult for me to have a rational argument with the veterinarian about why they didn't do a proper surgical procedure on this dog. So the best that I could come up with to influence his behavior was I just sat down and I said, dear sir, you made my wife cry.
And you had Chihiro with you?
And you need to fix this dog. And they did. They did another surgery. They took off a little more of the tail. They did it properly. They stitched her up. She recovered.
And she has the happiest dog life.
Yeah, one of our friends in Santiago adopted her. She also has a bunch of dogs, but she opened an agility school for dogs, and Chihiro is the star. She has a different name now.
Yes, she's...
They all name their dogs like Juanita or Lunita.
She's either Juanita or Julieta now. I think she's Juanita. But when she talks to me, she always says Chihiro.
So Chihiro is the star. She's won national awards in agility.
Superstar.
She's a total spaz.
And she loves what she does. She just goes crazy. They've actually designed some of their obstacle courses based on her routine.
Wow, that's neat.
She has medals and everything. She has a superstar life. She practically has her own trailer.
So that's a good dog story. We like good dog stories.
Yes, good dog stories make us happy.
You're back on the main camera now.
Hello! And welcome. So what I was starting to say before we got carried away with something else, I don't even remember what now, was that a lot of artists spend a lot of time working hard to make art for this weekend, especially for this weekend. So all the fairy art that is on sale on Etsy this weekend is especially for you guys. And we're running these streams to teach you everything that we know about fairies. There will be different types of wings coloring, different types of skin tone coloring. So make sure to check out the other streams, because there's just a world of knowledge out there that these streamers and colorists are waiting to share with you. And everything is in the video description. All the other artists that are participating in the event, their shops, and all the streamers that will be doing shows this weekend, all of that is also in the video description. And there's a link to the actual schedule of who's doing shows. I was gonna say performing, but we're not really performing.
It's basically a performance,
I suppose, of who's performing when. The link to that schedule is also in the video description. So after the show, during the show, whatever works for you on your device, definitely check that out. And I think the best idea is just to subscribe, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, subscribe to people's channels.
Do not make my wife cry. I only got to 999.
Oh, that's how we got to that story. Okay. I was like, tell them about Chihiro.
When I start laughing, I clip, though.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Clip, 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 clip.
In 2 weeks, we'll have new microphones. I mean, the microphones we have are good, but they're directional mics, so I think the reason that my voice is dropping a little bit is when I turn away from the mic and I'm not actually talking at it. But we'll have some lav mics, so that won't be an issue in the future.
I don't know if people know what lav mics are.
Cool mics that won't have this problem.
That cool people have. Please read.
Sue just popped up and said, hi, Lisa and Adrian.
Hello. Thank you for coming.
So I was walking down the street and I met this person, and this person had skin that was the color of a carrot. And I said, clearly I am high.
This is a skin tone pencil called Carrot. Aside from these being absolutely awesome pencils to work with, they have the most incredibly fun names. So my only beef with Prismacolor was always their color names, because they're just so dull and boring and not always accurate. Like the aquamarine and turquoise conflict, I never got over.
Well, one could argue that, like, you know, there are white carrots.
There are white carrots. I think they're called hemlock and they kill you.
Oh, I'm not telling that story.
No. Oh, but they're also parsnips. Parsnips are white carrots.
I think if you eat parsnips without cooking them, they'll also kill you.
Will they? I don't know if that's true. Maybe.
It's on YouTube, therefore it's true.
It's on YouTube.
I said it.
That's right. You said it on YouTube, therefore it's on YouTube, and if it's on YouTube, it's true.
To save me from having to go and look on Wikipedia, does anybody know if parsnips are toxic until cooked? There's something about parsnips where if you don't cook them, other than the fact that they taste bad, that wackiness, badness ensues.
No, I've eaten raw parsnips.
No, you have not.
I have too. As a kid, I've eaten raw parsnips.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Hey, my mom ate poisonous mushrooms.
That also explains a lot. All right, I'm on my way to Wikipedia. This is it. Uncooked parsnip kills you. Let's see what this shows up.
I bet you a Luca.
The parsnip is usually cooked, but can also be eaten raw. Oh.
See?
Okay. Oh wow, their flowers look just like hemlock.
They probably look just like carrot. I think parsnips are actually a carrot family. So we have... Okay, I'll tell them a little bit about hemlock. Hemlock is a very... Okay.
So I just found this site that says poison hemlock and wild parsnip are two of our nastiest non-native weeds found in Ohio. Poison hemlock can kill you, while wild parsnip may make you wish you were dead.
Whoa!
Now you can tell your story.
Oh my god. Well, we have a lot of really cool wild plants on our land, because our land, most of our property is actually completely wild. So we get to enjoy a lot of amazing animals like owls and foxes and hawks and all that. But also we have some really cool plant life here. Well, one of the scarier things that we have growing here is water hemlock, which looks very similar to a wild carrot, which we also have growing here. Wild carrot is Queen Anne's lace, so some of you may know it as that. And wild carrot is exactly what it sounds like. It's a carrot that grows in the wild. It's not all beautiful and orange and tasty. It's actually quite gross. But it tastes a little bit like a carrot if you eat it. Well, hemlock has similar flowers and a similar looking root, except it's all white. It doesn't have any shades of yellow in it at all. And it's extremely toxic. If you eat even a part of the root, you will die within 3 hours. That's my story.
I don't know if that part's accurate.
It is.
It can send you into convulsions within 30 minutes.
No, you
but
can...
it took, what was his name? Socrates?
Yeah.
Took him a lot longer than 3 hours to die.
Did it?
Yeah.
But that was tea. They gave him tea.
Oh.
Yeah, the root, if you actually eat the root, 3 hours.
Oh, Isolina has to go for a stream that doesn't sound happy. Okay, sorry, Isolina.
We're sorry. Well, we hope you come back and watch the rest of the show at your leisure.
Yep.
Okay, what else is happening in the stream? In the stream. We are in the stream. What else is happening in the chat?
Parsnip leaves are poisonous.
Oh, okay.
Cassave. Pauline's asking if I mean cassave. I don't know.
We don't know?
I don't know.
I've never heard that.
I don't know what I mean. Cassave.
We're doing research. Research is being done.
Cassava, yucca. Oh, okay. I am familiar with that. That's actually a really nice root. And it is.
What is this?
It's the plant from which you get tapioca, and it's a very common source of carbohydrates in South America.
Okay.
We've encountered it.
Yep.
They make like pastes from it and stuff like that. We don't have that on the property.
We don't. As far as we know, do you know what it looks like? Maybe we do.
We don't.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, we don't have that.
Nope. We just have things that kill you.
Yeah, we have a lot of poisonous plants, actually. We also have a lot of poisonous mushrooms.
Yep. We have lots of mushrooms, and I was very excited when I saw the various types of mushrooms that we had.
And I grew up picking mushrooms.
And we've looked at them all, and none of them are good. None of them are fun. None of them are... They're just all going to kill you.
In really horrible ways, too.
Yeah.
Like properly twisted mushrooms.
There's one here that will make you really sick for 24 hours, and then you'll feel fine.
For 3 days?
For 3 days, during which time it destroys your liver.
And then you just drop dead.
Yeah.
This stream just went really dark. Really fast. Let's talk about something cheerful. La la la, fairies, it's fairy dust.
Okay, tell them what you're doing. Tell them what you're doing with that carrot. Why did you pick the carrot?
I picked the carrot because of my inspiration photo over here, which has really nice bright orange designs on the part of the wing, and I just think it's a nice contrast for white and dark purple. So since I'm keeping everything in kind of sepia tones, I went with orange. And I do want a little bit of saturation here, so I could have gone with like ochre or middle brown colors, but I don't want this to be too dull. I want it to be still cheerful and have some colors that actually make you happy.
I like ochre because it sounds like ogre.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not the color that I think it is. I think it would be like green, like
think
Shrek.
It's like Shrek green, yeah. No, it's like, I don't have it here, but it's like a mustard color, a yellow mustard color.
No.
No? No, you don't accept.
I don't believe it. Oh my gosh, I almost knocked out my antennae.
Oh, no.
I forgot I was wearing them because they're so cool.
They're so cool. So how many people from Rancher are here?
I don't even know. If you're here from Rancher, give a shout out. Shout out in the chat.
Yeah, please. It's great to have you here.
Rancher's the company where I work during the week when I'm not dressed as a fairy.
That's right. Or sometimes when didn't you do one of the videos for Rancher where you were wearing the antlers that I made for you?
Yes, I was wearing antlers.
The Christmas antlers.
Yes. In fact, I interviewed somebody for a position at Rancher.
You did? You did an interview with antlers?
Well, I started the interview with the antlers.
Oh my god, that's so awesome.
I think an important strategy of interviewing people is to make them slightly uncomfortable so you can determine how they respond when under stress. Not so uncomfortable that they break down, but...
Although some have. Didn't somebody run away the other day?
Yeah, that was because I was able to establish that he didn't know what he was talking about, so he just quit.
Oh.
Like on the spot. Like, yeah, okay, goodbye.
That's always fun.
Oh. Nancy says, no wonder we're alone. We live in Poisonville. Yes. We have cool animals.
We do have very cool animals.
Tell them about the fox. We talked about the fox, but tell them about your last interaction.
I saw Freddy the other day. We have a fox that lives on the property. We call him Freddy the Fox. And he is so cool. He usually comes out in the evening and he walks around the part of the property that's a little bit further away from the main part. And He just comes out and he walks around. He looks like he's going to work with like a little briefcase on his side.
Yep. Yeah.
He's adorable, and he's like he's dog sized, like a smallish, medium sized dog.
Yeah, he's not small.
He's not that tiny, no.
I mean, for a fox, he's a good sized fox.
He's a good sized fox, and he's kind of a brown fox. Very cool. The other day I was walking across the property in the part where I don't usually walk during that part of the day, so I think I caught him off guard, and he was just like walking right in front of me, and he kind of sped up a little bit, like, and then as he's walking, like he's walking, and he just turned his head and like started looking at me as he's walking, and he got to the bushes where it's safe and disappeared into the darkness, and then I saw his little fox face pop out and like tilt his head like a dog, watched me, and I waved hello, and I said that I'm a friend, and he was like, blink, 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 blink.
Yeah.
And then off into the darkness he went. He's really cool.
He's really cool.
We're happy that we have him on our property. What is this color?
Is this another skin tone?
Yes, this is a skin tone.
Okay, I've had this skin tone. This skin tone is mud. Mud.
Mud. We will use this mud to add more designs to the wing. I will fill in some of these circles here. I really like the skin tone set. This is the Black Widow skin tone set that I'm working with. And the link to that is also in the video description if you guys don't have these pencils or don't know anything about these pencils. For me, it's the first time working with them, and I am loving them. What's happening? I hear you typing. Oh, that is nice. This mud color is beautiful. I'm going to add it to my wing that's a little bit further in the back as well. And how am I doing on time? Is it time to do some work on the background now?
You got 45 minutes left.
45 minutes left. Okay, so 15 more minutes on the wing, and then we'll do some background with pastels.
Why did it just get so quiet?
I'm just staring at him.
Yeah, that's creepy. I'm trying to, like, I'm a little sniffly today, so I'm trying to, like, sniffle quietly so that I'm not, like, you know, on the screen being like, snort. Turn around, she's staring at me like I'm, what do we do?
Because it just went really quiet. Yeah, it's kind of allergy season here right now, so we're a little sniffly and our throats are a little ruspier than usual.
Have you ever heard the song Freddie the Flea?
Freddie the Flea? No. Have you?
No. Nancy, sing it for us.
Well, we can't hear her.
Nancy, make a video where you sing it for us and then send it to Lisa.
We will look it up. Please make a note.
Oh, okay.
Freddie the Flea.
Freddie the Flea. I'll put it over here.
Well, we have Freddie the Fox.
Yeah, I told them it's Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
We have Freddie the Fox.
Benny the Bat. We have Gary Grissom.
Gary Grissom, right? Gary Glitter.
Yes.
So it's Freddie Mercury, Gary Glitter. I don't know who Benny is, but he's Benny the Bat.
He's just Benny.
He's just Benny.
Very, very cool animals here. Oh, and we think that we have a baby owl on the property.
Oh,
now.
yes.
We have two kinds of owl here. One is the ground burrowing. I can never say that word correctly. Burr. Burrowing owl. And then we have the hag. The black hag.
The hag sits out in our forest and screams like it's a person being murdered.
Like a hag. Dude, you get goosebumps on the back of your neck when you hear that. And we're like, that sounds like an evil witch in the forest.
Yeah.
But they are cool animals.
Now they want me to sing.
You must.
Well, they want me to sing a song that I don't know. What the fuck say? I don't know it.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'll sing another song.
Do you know any songs about animals?
I already sang most of my animal songs in the last live stream, so...
Oh, that's true.
Let's see.
Do you know any songs about dogs? Do you know any songs about fairies? Are there songs about fairies?
I don't know. There must be songs about fairies.
There must be.
I will look that up as well.
If not, it's not right. There should be.
Songs about fairies.
Don't get us a copyright claim. I don't think Tinkerbell had a song.
Didn't Tinkerbell have a knife?
What?
Wasn't she like...
Did she?
I think if Tinkerbell got mad at you, she'd like...
Oh, well, fairies are kind of mischievous like that. They do, like, stab you with steely little knives if you're not
Or
nice to
they
them.
like use needles or something.
Yeah.
Like sewing needles or...
Yeah, they're actually quite creepy little things.
Okay, Iselina's leaving. Bye, Iselina.
Bye! Thank
See you-
you.
see you
Thank
again
you for
soon.
joining us.
Yeah, Puff the Magic Dragon. That was from last week.
Yeah.
Which I'm not singing because it's got like 8,000 verses.
Yeah, we
'Cause-
discovered that there are actually lyrics in it that are not what we thought it was.
Little Jackie Paper loved that rascal Puff. Brought him strings and sealing wax? Really? Sealing wax?
Sealing wax. What is sealing wax?
I don't know.
anyway?
Peter, Paul, and Mary were stoned. And other fancy stuff. Oh, Puff the Magic Dragon lived by the sea. Freddy the Flea, shall we walk or take a dog? That's a line in the song.
What?
From the song Freddy the Flea, shall we walk or take a dog?
I like it.
Janet has to go as well. Thank you for coming, Janet. She said it's her first live session.
Thank you.
We'll watch the video later. Have a good week.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Pat's here.
Pat, hello. Welcome. What?
She says, sorry I'm late. My eyes popped open and I thought, oh no, I'm missing Lisa in tech support.
You're here now. Welcome.
Oh, but Shelly, the only part of that song that I know is bippity boppity boo. Sealing wax. Oh, sealing wax.
That's what we've been saying all this
wax
time.
used to seal envelopes. I thought it was.
Oh, not like
I thought it was
sealing wax.
like sealing, like wax that you put on the ceiling in your room.
That's what I thought as well. Like sealing wax.
Oh.
Sealing wax.
Huh.
Sealant.
Sealing wax, like you know, when you write a letter and you pour your wax on it and you press it with your seal.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I was
people
like,
still do that.
sealing wax? What's that? Okay, that's better though.
Just
That's
makes it easier for the FBI to open your letters. Sealing wax.
Wow, I can't believe we didn't think of
Well,
that.
it's funny that I'm over here, you know, talking negative things about how sealing wax doesn't make sense. Yet I thought that the line was silly wags.
Silly wags
He
makes
brought him strings
a
and
lot
silly
more
wags
sense.
and other fancy stuff.
Please,
Like, what's a silly wag?
please read me these two
It's
colors. These are skin tones
More
again.
skin tones. All right. We got a brother with the brown fog.
From fall.
And brother with the brown fog is accompanied by the brother who got the skin tone suede.
That's smooth. Let me have those two, and please read
These
me
two are
this
very
one.
smooth. Is this also a skin tone?
Yes.
Oh,
also,
sunburst.
we'll use this.
Sunburst.
Sunburst. That's kind of tasty. I like sunburst.
Who would have skin the color of sun? That dude from... No, he was not a good guy.
Oh, what? Which dude?
The dude from Sin City.
Oh, the yellow bastard. No, he was not a good dude.
He was not...
He was like a supervillain.
But he had skin the color... It's okay, so I gotta think of somebody else.
Okay, he had skin of like...
We'll take this to the chat. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, please tell us if you can think of any person who's not of a name like what Lisa just said that has yellow skin so that we can think kind thoughts about these type of characters. Take your pencil away.
I'm sorry.
There's gotta be some...
I'm sorry for that outburst.
Yeah.
That is actually the character's
That's
name.
the character's
though.
name, yeah. That's not actually Lisa's interpretation of him, but he was not a nice guy. I wasn't going to say anything because this is a nice stream filled with happiness and joy.
And fairies. Oh my god.
Bart Simpson.
Bart Simpson.
The Simpsons.
Okay.
Really,
They're yellow.
They're yellow.
Yeah.
Huh.
So is the yellow bastard.
But the Simpsons are... Oh my god, they're totally yellow.
They're totally yellow.
Okay, good. We're
You're
good.
thinking of Smurfs.
I'm not thinking of Smurfs.
You're
I just
totally.
never really
You
realized-
have the look of a man who's thinking of Smurfs.
Dirty. Shelley says anyone with really bad jaundice also has sunburst skin.
Oh yes, true.
So there we go.
True.
So we can have
That should be a color in this.
dirty zombies with jaundice.
Oh my god. So did they get jaundice before they became zombies, or is it the other way around?
I think if you become a zombie, jaundice is all but guaranteed.
I think we should have a zombie colorathon one of these months. But usually, like, we try to make it clever. So, like, February is for fairies. Faebruary, you know, because fairies are fae, so Faebruary. Wait, but there's no zombie month.
Zomtember. It's the only one that really works. Otherwise, it's got to be like. Otherwise, it has to be like Zarch or Zapril. That doesn't work. But Zomtember? Come on, I can get behind that. No, it can't be Zommember. That doesn't work.
Like Zarch.
Zarch. What month is it? January.
What color is my skin tone turning? Purple.
Purple, kind of a pinkish. Yeah, it's definitely not Zondas.
That's Zondas.
That's a zombie dinosaur.
I can't. Zondosaur. Zondosaurus.
Okay, I'm putting you back on the camera.
I can't see clearly because my eyes are like all shimmered over with tears. Okay.
So. Oh, Nana says Deadtober.
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 Ooh, that's catchy. I like that. Okay, I'm gonna use some sunburst on these wings. SpongeBob. Pikachu. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now we're talking.
Good.
There are characters out there. Okay, sunburst on the wings, and then we'll play with the background with pastels.
Dirty. Dirty pastels, I mean.
Dirty pastels.
Like pastels,
the color of dirt.
Color of dirt.
That's right. Which is an actual official color, as we know now. Okay, so I like to use light yellow colors to go over orange and brown, and that creates a really nice kind of glowing orange, which I prefer better than just finding an orange color that's really highly saturated. I do like to build up my colors. If you guys watch my show, you see that I build up my color. What are you doing, zombie dinosaurs? I'm being photobombed, I think. Or something shady is happening over there that involves zombies and dinosaurs. So, sunburst and then pastels. Yeah, this is looking nice. I like it. Sunburst. Very cool color. What's happening in the chat? What is it? What is it?
Of course.
What?
Minions.
Minions! Why didn't we think of that? We even saw the Minion movie.
We saw the
preview.
Minion trailer this morning, yeah.
Minions are cool. Yeah, totally. Minions. Okay. What is this? What is this?
Oh, I know exactly what this is.
What is it?
This is the color of Not a Brother.
What? Not a brother?
Not a brother. Last week we saw Dolomite is my name, so for a short period of last week's live stream, I was reading questions in Dolomite voice until it just became totally
except
weird.
It had to be PG-13 Dolomite.
Yeah, you can't speak like Dolomite and like.
He's a little bit obnoxious.
Yeah. Anyway, this is the color Snow.
Snow.
You know nothing. Pencil.
Pencil snow. I suspect snow is just a white pencil, correct?
Snow is probably just a white pencil. Yeah, I think that's a. Wait, you mean like the snow outside?
No, this snow right here. This
Hey,
color.
okay, so all of you who are experiencing snow right now, and I know that many of you got a bunch of snow last night. Yeah. I'd like for you to look outside your window and then look on Lisa's paper and tell me if the snow outside your window looks anything like the color that she's using right now. Because I lived in New York for a bunch of years, and I'll tell you that
it's more like this color in New York.
That the snow hits the ground, it's black.
No, in some places where people live, they actually get beautiful snow, like Canada. Like, isn't everything in Canada beautiful? And they get like pure white snow and stuff.
Yes, beautiful and friendly.
Beautiful and friendly.
Eh?
Beautiful snow, eh?
Yeah. Oh, friendly people in Canada, eh?
Okay. I think we can be done with the wings for today. I think I may add... I really want to add a touch of blue to it, but I did say that I would keep this in sepia tones. So I'm going to try to stay away from blue until the very, very end.
You're taking your blue away. Do you have blue? You don't even have blue out here.
For that reason, because if I had it, I would use it.
Yeah, you're a blue junkie.
So I am a blue junkie. I see a lot of...
Hey man, you got any blue pencils?
I am totally a blue junkie. I look at other people's streams, and as soon as I show up and say hello in the stream, they all point out the blue on their paper. They're like, Lisa, see? I use blue here, right here. There's blue, there's blue.
Everybody who has snow right now has beautiful white snow. We are so jealous.
We are. Well, when we lived in Krakow, we had beautiful snow.
Oh man, we had great snow in Krakow.
Yeah.
Krakow.
Yeah, Krakow.
But if you say Krakow, nobody who's not from Krakow has any idea what you're saying.
Yeah.
They're like, where's that?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I swear I am stopping these wings. I'm not coloring the wings anymore. It's not what it looks like. Okay, I'm putting it away. So I'm gonna call the wings done for today, and when I finish the whole thing, I will assess it, and if it feels like it needs a touch of blue, then I will add blue all over to the little shadows. But for now, I will be strong, and I will make this entire coloring in just sepia tones. So next, I will do a tutorial on how to color roses using this page. So I'll do that around Valentine's Day. And that won't be a live stream, that will be a tutorial. And then we'll probably do a live stream on skin tone coloring. If people are interested in that, please put it in the comments right now in the chat. And let me know if you would like me to use this page to do a proper skin tone tutorial that is live. That is a live stream. That will be a 2-hour show, and we'll do that in March. Zarch?
Zarch.
We'll do that in Zarch. So I am putting away my colored pencils, and I am bringing out my pastels so I can show you guys how I did this background.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, now everybody's talking about how blindingly white their snow is.
Oh man, they're just making us jealous.
Yeah. Everyone says that your wings look awesome. Your coloring is stunning.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, do you need me to like zoom out? Because that's a really big box.
Yeah.
What's your plan?
My See, this is my box.
It like completely fills the frame.
Yes, maybe zoom out a little bit.
Tech support likes when he gets to play with the technology because it gives me an opportunity to show that
you are the technology fairy. It is. Yes. Look at my box. My box is amazing.
Look at my box. My box is amazing.
Do you guys know Amazing Horse? That's a really catchy.
I can't actually sing the rest of that song because now it just becomes really weird.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Okay,
it
so
does.
Amazing Horse, not for kids.
Not for kids.
It's one of those things on the internet that shouldn't exist, but it's really hard to stop watching.
It was viral for a really long time. This is my box of pastels. It is amazing. I can't wait to get my hands on all of these colors. As you can see, it's practically brand new. I've only played with a few colors here. And for this one, I'm doing, here's the mark of the beast here. Tape. I have tape on everything. Masking tape. These are the two colors that I used for the background. I will add more colors later. More of these beautiful dark brown and middle brown colors for the background. But I want to see how my skin tones come out first. And then we'll return to the background. For now,
everyone, we currently have 992 subscribers. If you're watching the stream and you're not subscribed to Lisa's channel,
right.
if you could please subscribe. If we get to 1,000, well, when we get to 1,000, there will be a giveaway. But if we get to 1,000 today during the stream, the giveaway will happen on the stream.
Yes, and we'll be giving away this original art, which is my cover art on the channel. So that will happen. So tell everyone, tell your mom, subscribe.
People are saying yes, 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 yes.
What did I ask them?
Yes, yes, yes. Skin tone, yes, 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 yes. Skin tone, yes, skin tone, yes, yes.
All right, so March we'll do skin tones, and I will force myself, I will masking tape mask all of this area so that I don't accidentally color it. So in the meantime, I will work on the roses, and I will make you guys a tutorial for that, and then we'll do skin tones as a live show. Okay. So pastels. Pastels come in many forms. I like the chalky, sticky stick form. They also come in a pencil form, which is awesome because you can get a lot of tiny little detail with it. But either way, it's cool. I like the the chunkier, blocky ones because I tend to work with pastels on a larger scale. So this is the smallest that I would ever choose to work with pastels. I would go even larger, and I use them more as like a painting medium than a coloring or a drawing medium, because they are a little bit difficult to work with. They're kind of unruly if you're not used to them. And certainly, you know, because you don't have your regular pencil tip, it's hard to get precision here. So I don't use them for precision. I use them for splotchy, blotchy painting effect kind of painting. And this is how I do it. I just kind of, you see how powdery it is? So it's important to use pastels on paper that has a little bit of tooth to it or a lot of tooth to it, but you definitely don't want to work with paper that's too smooth, because then the pastels won't attach themselves to it.
You covered tooth in one of your videos, but there may be people here who are new who don't know what tooth is. Can you explain?
The tooth is the texture of the paper. So higher tooth is more textury. So if you look at it, if you run your fingernails over it, you can actually feel that it's all ribbed and textured. And if the paper is smooth, like print paper or photo paper, that has very little or no tooth to it. Well, I think all paper has tooth. It's just that it's tooth that's so smooth that you don't really get the texture. So I'm kind of just roughly adding these blocks of color here. And then I like to use a Q-tip to smudge it even further. I'm going for like this paint watercolor splatter effect in my sepia tones. And so I'm using the Q-tip, and the sound you hear is me actually blowing on the paper to blow the dust away, because this medium is very, very dusty.
Blowing it into the camera.
Blowing it into the camera, yes. Everything is covered with little powdery dust.
Oh,
remember the pink powder?
Oh, yeah, the pink powder was great.
The first time I used pastels of a certain brand, I did a video on it, and there was a lot of pink and red color in that painting that I was working on, and at the end of it, like, everything was covered in pink powder, and we had this moment on the show where I go, everything is covered in pink powder, and there's just like a cloud of pink powder that goes over everything, like camera, my face, my hair, everything was pink. It's wonderful. I love messy media.
Nancy asks, why are pastels made so chunky?
Like actually chunky for the size of it?
Yeah, like they're
I think
fat.
I think for the same reason that I mentioned that I like to use them is because you would use them on something that's a larger scale. So you can apply more pigment faster, and you can also use the side of it to apply even more pigment this way. So for larger scale and for painting, you would use that. But they're not designed for coloring. They're designed for drawing and painting. Well, painting, really. You call it pastel paintings.
Do you want me to zoom in, or are you cool with the level of detail?
Ask them.
Do y'all want me to zoom in, or are you... Well, tell me. Tell me if you want me to zoom in.
Yes.
Because you just heard the question I asked her, so I don't need to repeat the question to you. Nancy says she doesn't need Q-tips.
Computer?
Computer? Yes.
You're repeating everything the computer says.
Nancy says that she prefers to use her arm for smearing instead of the Q-tip.
Yes, that's fine. Arm,
she was
hand.
joking.
Oh,
like she smears them as she's coloring.
Well, that's actually why I started from the top of the page here and worked my way down, so that while I'm working on the wings, I don't smear it.
Natalie's here.
Natalie, hello, welcome.
Natalie says thank you for the inspiration to use Q-tips with soft pastels.
Oh, you're most welcome. It's pretty cool. This is the death of most Q-tips. This is why you have to bring me more Q-tip.
I import our Q-tips from the United States. Like when I fly back to the US,
probably my most extravagant
4 or 5
drawing
times
tool.
a year. You know, I bring back things that we can't get in Chile, and Lisa has very high standards for Q-tips that don't exist in Chile. So I come back with like 5 750 count boxes of Q-tips in my luggage, and I go through customs, and they look at my luggage, and I'm like, yeah.
It's a camera equipment, Q-tips.
Q-tips. I'm like, I travel with a lot of Q-tips. What?
Don't judge.
Don't judge. Don't ask. You know?
So the other cool thing about the Q-tips is that you pick up so much pigment on the Q-tip. The Q-tip itself becomes the drawing tool. Like I can add more.
Oh, that's cool.
Little dots and splatters with the Q-tip. And the secondary benefit is that the Q-tip rubs the powder into itself.
It rubs the powder on the paper, or else it gets the chalk again.
It rubs the pigment into the paper so that it's not, like, obviously if I touch it, I'll smear it, but it's no longer running off the page. And I have it, I have my drawing board at an incline. What would you say this is, 30 degrees, 45?
More than 2. I would say you're not quite at 45. Yeah, it could be a 30.
It could be like a 30 incline. So if it was really runny and powdery, everything would actually be like avalanching off my page, and it's not.
No, instead she's blowing it into the camera.
Instead of blowing it, you don't even see most of the stuff I do in this studio when you're not recording.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, the pink powder was pretty dramatic. So I'm only gonna go up to this part here so that I can leave this area blank so that, again, I don't smudge it next time.
Nancy said she turns her page all the time so that she doesn't smudge.
When I work by myself, for myself, I do that as well. But since I'm doing a show for you guys and I want you to see this page in its best form, in its most presentable form, then I actually tape the page to my board, or in this case I have it attached with little clips.
What are those called?
These are crocodiles.
Why are they crocodiles?
Because they go like this. Nom.
Nom.
Nom. No.
Lisa has her own words, her own language, her own... I'll tell her the name of a tool, and she just looks at me like I'm a crazy person. She's like, that's not what that's called.
Yep. We have a lot of tools that are dinosaurs. There's a French dinosaur. There's a smart dinosaur.
Basically anything that looks like a pair of pliers or performs a function of pliering is a dinosaur.
Because if you look at pliers, they totally look like dinosaurs.
Especially needle nose pliers.
Yeah. Like sideways, they look like it's a mouth of a dinosaur.
But because there are different types of dinosaurs, so crescent wrench is a French dinosaur, vice grips are a smart dinosaur.
And it's a French dinosaur because here in Chile it's called the Francesa.
Yeah, the llave francesa.
More
French key.
French key.
And then we have the Pythagosaurus.
I like to use feathers to get the dust off the page. I have a bunch of peacock feathers because my peacock just molted.
Sherry would like to know if you will use a fixative after you are done. Oh, I know the answer to this.
You do. You can answer this.
No, because I'll make you wrong.
No, you say it, and if you're wrong, I'll be like, tech sport's wrong.
It's the stuff that makes me sneeze.
Yes, correct. Tell them.
Lisa uses hairspray as a fixative.
That's right.
But she applies it in a specific way so as not to damage the paper. I will let her explain that, because if I tell it to you, your thing will probably catch fire.
Yeah. Not that bad, but yeah. Oh, you can use an eraser to take some of the pigment off that if it's too much. But I actually will want these leaves to be slightly brownish, so it's okay for it to have some pigment here. And again, you can use your Q-tip for some basic shading here and there because it picks up the pigment, so we can add a little bit of it on the leaves. But you can see that just a regular eraser will take some of the pigment off. For fixative, I think on this you don't actually even need it unless you're going to put it up in a frame like behind glass. Then I would use a fixative, or if I was going to ship this to somebody and it had to survive the shipping, then I would use fixative. But the way that it is, I'm actually just going to leave it alone because it's fine. When applying hairspray, it's important not to be too close because the actual blast of air will disfigure your pigment on the page, and also it may make it too liquid, so you'll actually get like the drops of the fixative on the page. So you want to make sure to keep a distance, and I like to keep a distance like from the elbow to the tip of my fingers, like that far away. And I would put the page flat on the ground, and I would apply the fixative directly from above so that it settles down.
So it's like 18 inches or 2 feet almost.
Right.
Well, maybe not 2 feet. Like 18 inches. You have smaller arms. 12 to 16 inches. This is my wife, the dinosaur.
When working with pastels, one of my favorite things is that the lighter colors can go right over the darker colors like this. So I actually always start with the darkest color and then I add the light ones on top. So I can reshape this paint splatter with my lighter color. And then I also like to use white pastels for the final blend into the paper. But here I'm just using cream. And again, I'm kind of roughly applying it in these blocks of color here and there. And then I will take my Q-tip and I will blend them together. And that creates a really nice kind of a smoky effect. But remember, you do need to have paper with tooth. Doesn't have to be a lot of tooth, but just a little bit, so that the powder has something to stick to. If your paper is shiny and smooth, this isn't gonna work as well. It will still work, just not as well. Okay, what else is happening?
Robin says, "Hi Lisa and Adrian, been lurking. Your technique is stunning."
Oh, wonderful! Welcome, lurker.
Lurker.
Lurker. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then actually in the end, when I'm done with the background, I will try not to, never mind, didn't work. So photobombed myself. I will take a pencil. Let's see, what is this? Read me the skin color.
Negra.
Negra. That would be black though, and it's brown. Negro is black.
Technically, Negro is black, but people with nobody really has black skin.
That's true. That's true. So at the end, I will take an actual colored pencil. In this case, a dark brown. This is the Black Widow skin tone coloring set. And then I will clean up my edges with a pencil. If you have pastel pencils, that will work as well, of course. But I feel that the smudging background technique works better with the stick pastels than it does with pencil pastels. Because with pencil pastels on a larger scale, like this background that I'm working on, you will get like the sketch marks, and you don't want that. You want a more painterly look. So I'm a big fan of mixing media. And sometimes it works, sometimes it backfires. I experiment a lot. And I encourage you guys to experiment. You know, see if pencils over pastels work, if that stays. See if pastels over pencils work, and if that stays. You know, certainly you don't need to experiment on your most treasured page that you own, but if you can print some test prints or just have a piece of scrap paper nearby that you can play with and see what effects work, definitely experiment. Like, I don't believe in a single technique that's totally, you know, dead set forever. This is the only way that you can do it correctly. Wait.
Hungry.
And now we're gonna wrap up our stream. Hungry.
After we do these streams, I get rewarded for not breaking things with a plate of nachos, and then she puts me back in my cage. You have about 12 minutes left.
We have about 12 minutes left.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm almost done on this part here. And then we'll do the magical white effect on the dragonfly wings. And then we'll take final questions. I guess we didn't get to 1,000 subscribers, huh?
We didn't. We're at 994.
994, come on, people. 6 more subscribers. Can we not do it in 12 minutes? If we can't, we'll wait till March for the giveaway. Wow, 994. That's really cool, though. And thank you, everyone, so much for subscribing. And for watching. And for learning. And for being here. It's wonderful. This is another one of those really awkward, quiet moments in the stream.
Puff the Magic Dragon. We should have songs prepared that I can sing.
Oh, that's right. I think we found one. I think Puff the Magic Dragon is your go-to
but
song.
That's gonna get boring.
Oh, then we should have our own theme song.
What? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
Our Lisa and tech support song.
I don't remember like songs about the 4 food groups or stuff that we
What
learned
about
in school.
the states? Do you know the states?
Yes, I'm not gonna. That's really long.
Yeah, because there are a lot of
Do any
them.
of you ever marvel at the things that you remember from childhood? Like, I don't remember what I had for breakfast last Tuesday, but yet I remember...
That's because you don't have breakfast on Tuesdays.
That's right, I don't eat breakfast. Well, okay, so there you go. I didn't even remember that. But I do remember things like songs that I learned in music class in 6th grade. And, like, I can sing all 50 states. I used to know a song by this Christian rap band called the Raptures, where they rapped the books of the Bible. I don't know why I remember that stuff. Like, why did my brain decide that that is relevant, but things like the name of the person that I met at the business event 3 weeks ago, no idea who they are.
Yeah, it's pretty strange the way our minds work. And it's not consistent either. It's not like long-term memory and short-term memory. It's literally random stuff. And the randomer, the better we remember it.
The randomer? Mm-hmm. Yeah, clearly learning
randomer.
proper language, proper English was not random enough for you.
No. Come on, I make up words on the show.
You do make up words. We make up words in general.
That's true.
If anybody ever tried to interact with us, for example, nobody can ever control our dogs because we've taught our dogs words for things that are not the actual word that it represents.
Yes, like porcupines and crocodiles.
Yeah.
And a porcupine isn't actually a porcupine at all. It's a type of food snack that they get, but a very specific one. We can't tell you because it's a secret.
No, it's a secret. Yeah.
You'll tell everyone.
But the benefit of that is that people can't control our dogs. So if somebody came over and they tried to interact with our dogs using normal language, our dogs won't respond to them.
There was a Columbo episode where a dude had 2 Dobermans, and he taught them kiss and kill in reverse.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
I love Columbo. I'm a big Columbo fan. Okay, so let's do our final magic trick for the show. And then we'll call it a day. And then it's nacho time. Okay. So, that's enough work on this piece for today. As you can see, it will take a long time to finish this. Not just because it's a super detailed drawing, but also because I went crazy and made it into a large scale drawing. So, lots more time on that. Which is great. I love pages that keep me busy.
Nancy called us word maker uppers.
That is us. That is true. That is us.
If that was a badge, I would wear it proudly.
So I'm actually proudly. I'm actually gonna move this off my drawing board. What did I do with my tape? I had a roll of tape.
There it is. Is that the tape you gave to the maestros?
Yes.
Oh, I'm really glad it came back.
It's my art room tape. I use it all the time. What I do is that I take a piece of tape and I roll it onto itself backwards. So this is the sticky part. And then I stick it to a page. And then I stick a page onto my board. And that's how I have all these things attached over here. Oh my god, there I go, breaking stuff. Oh, like, attach.
997.
997. Okay, 3 more people. 3 more people.
We have 7 minutes to get 3 more subscribers.
And then we'll do the giveaway. We may have to just start a stream for the giveaway if it happens today. Just like keep everything here on the board.
Oh, Laura.
And just do like a surprise stream.
Laura says, thank you for asking me to collaborate with you.
You're most welcome, Laura. I had an amazing time. And of course, both of us are just getting started with our pages. I know you'll be doing more episodes on my page and I'll be doing more episodes on your page. Thank you for accepting. I love collaborating with other artists because it pushes me to invent things. Like with your page, it's so incredibly detailed and like I said in the beginning of the show, obviously so much love and care went into it that I felt like I needed to honor it in a way that's even more extravagant than what I usually do with my own art. So I went big and I took the whole day tracing it so that I honor your lines. And it's incredible. Like, I'm inventing new coloring techniques just for this page. And I see that you're inventing new watercolor techniques for my page. Like, this is what collaboration is all about. So thank you. We'll definitely do more of them in the future. So for my white wing shimmer effect, which I did on this page, these wings I did in Prismacolor pencils, and this is my first complete page in Black Widows. Really love the Black Widows. And I did green scan for all of you guys who don't believe me that I actually use green pencils. Because I always say that the one pencil that I never use is green. And I used real green pencils on this, not just blue and yellow. I did also use blue and yellow in it, so not entirely not entirely true, but like for instance in this border design here, I used blue and yellow ochre to create green.
Minions.
Squeezed
them out.
Squeeze the minions out of my tube. Okay, so I'm gonna use a Posca white gel pen, and this one's almost empty, so I have to shake it a lot. And I'm going to add just a little bit of, actually on this one, if you could zoom me in a bit, okay, that would be cool.
Do you know who's up next? Because we can't actually go long because there's somebody else that starts right after this. Do you know who it is?
I don't remember. I'm sorry, I'm such a bad streamer.
No, and to that end, lots and lots of people are saying in the chat, thank you so much, this is an excellent stream.
Okay, thank you. That's right, we can't go over time because there's somebody after me.
Okay.
So how many minutes?
4.
Okay.
4 we gotta be done, so like 3.
So just
2,
tiny little dots over here for a shimmer. And on the edge, I'm gonna go, this was gray toned paper that I colored on. So just a little bit on the edge, and I'm working in like these little strokes of lines that come off the edge and into the center of the wing. And then I take my Q-tip and I smudge it just a little bit, so you can still see a little bit of the shape of the lines, but they're not perfect lines. They're a little bit smudged because I want it to have like a shimmer effect, not just a glitter effect. So very random little strokes and smudge. I have to smudge really fast because this stuff dries.
Apparently we're at 999.
999! Oh, come on, one more person! Wait, are you subscribed to my channel?
Oh my gosh, 999.
999.
999. Okay. Oh, because we can't go over.
We can't go over. Okay, guys. If we hit 1,000, we'll do like a super short stream just for the giveaway. Oh, but then there won't be enough people in it.
There won't be enough people because the giveaway goes to the people who are in the chat.
Yeah.
So okay, so when I said earlier that
we'll have to make an announcement and then like make a separate stream for it because I don't want to wait till March. 99999.
Number 9. Number 9.
Okay, so you see how it's a subtle effect. It's not like pure white, and especially as I'm blending it with a Q-tip, it becomes even less obvious. But it gives that edge just a little bit of an edge. A little bit more definition and a little bit of a suggestion that these wings do in fact have this white, delicious white shimmer to them.
I think it's 12:58 right now. There's not going to be enough time to actually do the giveaway. We don't want to run into the next person's time. So
that's true.
So
we'll do it during the skin tone coloring
stream.
So
that just means that y'all will have to come back for the next stream. Lisa will specifically post that we'll be doing the giveaway during that stream, and the giveaway will go to one of the people who's in the chat. So come back, join the chat, and we'll do the giveaway then. I know it's crazy. Pat's like, just one more. Just one more. All right, so we do need to wrap this up.
Okay. Almost done. Okay, look how fast it is. So fast. And look at the difference. These wings on the right have no white, and these wings over here have the white. Very, very subtle, but somehow it catches your eyes more. Like all of a sudden, these wings come off the page just that much more. So white Posca pen, don't neglect it. There you go. That's my That's the takeaway for today. White Posca pen, don't neglect it.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
We are here.
We're here. We're here. I'm like looking up in heaven again.
We're here.
Thank you guys so much. We can't thank you enough. We're going to keep this outro short and sweet. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. Go to Etsy, buy the pages, buy all the artists, support
Color
them.
more.
Color more. The biggest payment that we can get as artists is seeing your colorings. It's not about the Etsy sales. It's not about the book sales. It's about seeing your work, watching you learn, watching you progress.
That's right.
Share your art.
Yep.
And happy February.
We love you all.
We love you.
Bye-bye.